Many men believe that losing their morning erection is simply a normal part of aging. But what if I told you that isn't the case? The truth is, the quiet fading of your morning power has nothing to do with age. It's caused by something much more unexpected and much easier to fix. Right now inside you, your entire erection system is still working, still ready, still able. All you need is to know the exact spots. 3 key points on your manhood and lower body that, when pressed the right way, can bring back morning erections naturally. No pills, no pumps, no embarrassment. I'm Dr. Laura, helping men in their 60s, 70s, and even older regain strength and blood flow where they thought it was gone for good. What I'm about to share doesn't need a doctor's note. Just your hands, your breath, and a bit of time. Here's the kicker. These 3 points are already on your body, yet most men never press them the right way. They're real, science-backed zones that boost circulation, sensitivity, and sexual energy. And once you learn how to activate them, everything changes. So stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll walk you through each of them and explain how to combine them with 5 simple habits that supercharge your results. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Tap that button and turn on the bell so you never miss powerful natural health advice made specifically for men over 60. And if this message speaks to you, type 1 in the comments to let me know you're here. If not, type 0. Your honest feedback helps me make this content even better for you. All right, let's begin with the first and most important truth. Something I wish every man over 60 could hear from his doctor. Your body isn't broken, it's just sleeping. That morning strength you used to wake up with, it didn't vanish, it simply went quiet. And now with just a few minutes of focus, touch, and breath, we're going to help you turn it back on. Here's how it starts. Your body isn't broken, it's just sleeping. Let me tell you something I've never read in a medical textbook, but have learned over 3 decades of working with men. Most of the changes we go through after 60 are not signs of damage, they're signs of disconnection. I've had men walk into my office, strong, proud men, who lower their voice when they ask about it. Doc, I used to wake up hard as a rock. Now I wake up and feel like nothing's there. Did something go wrong? And I always look them in the eye and say, no, nothing broke. Your body's just gone quiet. And we can wake it back up. The truth is, your manhood, your circulation, sensitivity, and response are still there. It hasn't disappeared. It's just been neglected. Your blood vessels still work, but they've slowed down. Your nerves are intact, but they've been ignored. Your body stopped getting the signals it used to receive so easily. And here's the saddest part. Most men blame themselves, thinking they failed or lost their masculinity. Nothing could be further from the truth. Imagine this. If a light switch hasn't been turned on in years, the room stays dark. But that doesn't mean the power's gone. It just means no one's flipped the switch. The 3 points I'll show you in this video, they're like that switch. Not with force, not with pressure, but with awareness, breath, and intention. I've seen men tear up when warmth returns to their lower body. Not just from pleasure, but from hope. It proves they're still alive down there, still capable, still whole. This isn't just about erections. It's about reconnecting with the part of you that once defined your youth, confidence, and manhood. The first step is learning to listen to your body again. It's been whispering to you all along. You just didn't know how to hear it, but you will. In just a moment, I'll reveal the first point, a hidden spot above your pubic bone that kickstarts your reproductive energy. Most men have never touched it with purpose, but once they do, things start changing, often faster than they imagine. Let me show you exactly where it is and how to use it. There's one area on a man's body nobody talks about. Not in locker rooms, not at doctor's visits. Most men live their whole lives without realizing its power. I'm talking about the space between your anus and scrotum, what Eastern medicine calls CV1. Western medicine doesn't even name it, but believe me, it matters more than you think. Take Thomas, a 71-year-old Marine veteran. He hadn't felt real sensation down there in nearly a decade. Doc, he said, it's like the lights went out and I forgot what it felt like when they were on. I showed him this second point. I told him no pushing, no forcing, just sit, breathe, and let your body remember. Within days, something shifted. Warmth returned, a faint pulse, life creeping back into a place he'd given up on. That's because this spot acts like a valve, holding back blood flow and nerve energy. When you sit on it gently using a rolled towel or soft surface, it starts to relax. Tension eases, and blood that's been stuck for years finally moves freely again. Even better, the nerves in your perineum wake up. They reconnect with your brain. Slowly, sensation returns. Not all at once, but enough to give you hope. Enough to say, you're still here. You can still feel. This takes no medicine, no machines, just you, your breath, and a few minutes of stillness each day. It might feel strange at first, but the results outweigh the awkwardness. And once you start, you'll ask yourself, why did no one tell me this sooner? 2 weeks later, Thomas texted me, Doc, I sat, I breathed, and this morning I felt like myself again. Now, what if I told you there's a third point, even more overlooked than the others? It's not on your groin or penis. It's along your inner thigh, an unexpected spot tied directly to stronger, fuller erections. Ready to find it? Let's go there now. If you've ever thought your inner thighs were just for walking, you're not alone. Most men never realize this soft, hidden area is actually a major blood highway for erections. Earl, a 68-year-old truck driver, told me he figured his thighs were only good for sitting and balance. Then he learned what I'm about to teach you, and everything changed. Tucked along the inner line, where your thigh meets your torso, runs a powerful energy and circulation path. In Eastern medicine, it's known as part of the spleen meridian. In Western terms, it lines up with the femoral artery and nerve, which are two of the primary routes your blood and signals take to reach the lower organs. Yes, including your manhood. When these pathways become stiff, blocked, or understimulated, your erections lose volume, strength, and sensitivity. It's not that your penis can't work, it's that it's not being fed. Earl started a simple practice. Each morning, after activating the first 2 points, he'd lie back and use his fingertips to gently trace from the crease of his inner thigh downward. If he found a sore or tight spot, and trust me, he did, he'd pause, breathe into it, and gently apply pressure for a few seconds. Within days, he began noticing more warmth down below. A week later, he told me something I'll never forget. Doc, I don't just feel more in my body, I feel more like a man. That's what this third point does. It clears the pipes. It invites blood to flow again. And maybe just as important, it gives you a sense of control. You're not waiting for a pill to kick in. You're taking action with your own hands. That feeling alone is powerful. It reminds your nervous system that you are still connected, still capable, still in charge of your own vitality. And here's what's fascinating. Many men who reactivate this inner thigh line report not only stronger erections, but deeper sleep, calmer mornings, and even more energy in their legs. It's like the whole lower body wakes up, along with your manhood. Now, activating these 3 points alone is powerful, but if you want to make the results last longer and go deeper, there are a few simple daily habits I've seen amplify this practice tenfold. They don't require a lifestyle overhaul, but they do require consistency. Ready to find out what they are? Let's get into the habits that turn this technique into a full recovery system. I've spent years helping men reactivate their bodies using natural methods. And there's one thing I've seen time and time again. The techniques work best when paired with the right daily habits. Think of the pressure points we've just gone through as keys. They unlock the doors. But if the wiring inside is corroded, the signals can only go so far. That's where your habits come in. They're not grand or complicated, but they build the foundation your recovery depends on. One of the most overlooked changes is breathing. Most men breathe up in their chest, shallow, fast, anxious. But when you slow your breath down through your nose and into your belly, something powerful happens. Your blood pressure drops, your nitric oxide levels rise, and your blood vessels begin to relax and expand. It's not theory, it's chemistry. Just 5 minutes a day of deep nasal breathing can begin to restore balance to your entire system. Then there's hydration. I've had men look at me sideways when I tell them to drink warm water first thing in the morning, but after 60, your body dehydrates faster. Your blood thickens during the night. A simple glass of warm water helps thin the blood just enough to improve morning circulation, especially to the parts of your body you care most about. That small act, repeated daily, becomes a kind of morning medicine. Sugar is another quiet thief. It sneaks in, especially in the evenings, and slowly damages the walls of your blood vessels. That evening dessert or late-night snack might feel harmless, but inside, it's causing inflammation. Reducing your sugar just a little gives your arteries room to heal. And when they heal, your erections respond. Movement is key, but it doesn't mean heavy exercise. A short, light walk after dinner is enough to activate your body's venous pump system, the natural mechanism that pushes blood back up toward the heart and redistributes it. It's a gentle way to keep your blood flowing where it needs to go, without straining your joints or overexerting yourself. And finally, the way you touch your body matters. If you rush through the techniques with frustration or impatience, your nervous system senses that. But if you approach them with care, with respect, like you're tending to something sacred, your body listens. That's not New Age talk. It's the quiet intelligence of the human nervous system responding to presence. These small habits aren't just nice to do. They're the reinforcements that help your body trust the process. They turn a quick technique into a living, breathing practice that supports you day after day. But if you're wondering whether any of this actually makes a difference, you're not alone. Many men do at first. That's why, in the next section, I want to share with you something deeply real. The stories, the messages, the transformations from men just like you who put these methods into practice and discovered something they didn't expect. Not just stronger erections, but something far. Let me show you what I mean. After all, the techniques, the habits, the science, what really brings this to life are the stories, the real experiences from real men who were once skeptical, hesitant, maybe even a little embarrassed, but who took a chance on something different, something gentle, something honest. I remember a man named Harold, 74 years old, a retired postal worker from Minnesota. He came across my method late one night after scrolling through videos, frustrated that his body just didn't feel like his own anymore. He told me, "Doc, I wasn't looking for a miracle. I just wanted to wake up one morning and feel like I still mattered." That sentence stuck with me because it's not just about the physical reaction. It's about what it symbolizes, that quiet confidence you used to carry, that sense of being connected to your own energy and identity. Harold began using the 3 pressure points daily. He didn't rush it. He didn't treat it like a chore. He approached it like a reunion with his own body. Within 3 weeks, his mornings started to change. At first, it was subtle, a little more warmth, a little more fullness. Then one morning, he told me he felt something he hadn't felt in over 10 years. Natural morning strength without any assistance, without any expectation. Just his body remembering how to rise again. And he wasn't alone. I've heard from veterans, factory workers, pastors, grandfathers. One man, Leonard, 69, wrote, "I don't even care about sex anymore. I just wanted to feel like my body still responds to me." And now it does. That's the heart of all this. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming presence, reclaiming respect, reclaiming a part of yourself that never truly left. It just needed your attention again. What surprised me most wasn't just the improvement in blood flow or function. It was how these men carried themselves differently, how they looked in the mirror with a little more dignity, how their relationships softened, how their sleep deepened. Because when you reconnect to the part of you that feels alive, everything else follows. And if you're still watching right now, I believe you feel it too. That small flicker inside that says, maybe it's not too late. Maybe this really could work. Maybe I still have more to give, more to feel, more mornings ahead of me than I thought. So if you've made it this far with me, don't go anywhere yet. Because coming up next is the most important part of all, the step that turns this from a temporary fix into a lasting change, a daily ritual rooted in meaning, one that could quietly reshape the way you move through every day from this moment forward. Let's talk about how to make this a part of your life for good. After decades of helping men in their 60s, 70s, and older, I've discovered one undeniable truth. Real change doesn't happen from trying something once. It happens when you commit. When you show up, day after day with purpose. That's how a simple method becomes life-changing. That's how healing begins to feel possible. Today, you've uncovered something most men never learn. Your body, no matter your age, still knows how to rise to the occasion. You now know where to press, how to breathe, and why your inner thigh hides a secret pathway. You've realized your perineum isn't just tissue, it's a trigger. And just above your pubic bone, that's the silent command center of your manhood. You've also seen how tiny acts, drinking water, breathing deeper, touching with patience, hold surprising power when done with attention. But knowing isn't enough. What matters now is making these tools sacred, not a task, not a trick, but a daily practice. A way to tell your body, I'm still here. I haven't quit on you, and I'm learning to trust you again. I think of men like Walter, Harold, and Leonard, men who didn't just regain morning erections, but rediscovered themselves. They weren't chasing their youth. They were rebuilding a bond with their bodies. And if you're still reading this, I know you're ready for that same reconnection. This isn't about turning back time. It's about moving forward with confidence, with dignity, and with the quiet certainty of a man who knows his best years aren't behind him. So, wherever you are right now, at home, in bed, or just pausing between tasks, I hope you'll take what you've learned and make it yours. A daily ritual of breath, touch, and presence. Because when you do, you'll realize what so many others have. Your strength was never gone. It was just waiting for you to find it again.